Okay, today ladies, I'm going to review for you and compare a few different brands of lip stains. I told y'all before, after doing the Revlon Kissable Balm Stain, that I really like the chapped thing. Chapped lip type balm, I guess, is the best way to put it. And that I hesitated with the stains because of the thought, and like I'm getting the willies thinking of it right now, the thought of having like a felt tip on my lips is just gives me the serious heebie-jeebies. I don't know if that makes me strange or what. But I went ahead and got some anyways because I know that they are popular and some of y'all are going to want to try them out and maybe aren't as spastic as I am. So I got a few different kinds. Here I've got the N.Y.C 16-hour lip stain, Smooch proof. This was like $4.79. I got it at, I believe it was Target. I think they have a semi-decent amount of colors to choose from. I wouldn't say they had the most. Actually, they probably had the least, but we'll get to that in a minute. I also have two of the Revlon Just Bitten, and that's because at H-E-B right now, I don't know if it's everywhere, but here in Houston anyways, H-E-B has their Revlon lip products for, I think it's like $3 or $3.50 off with the in-store coupon. So I went ahead and picked up two because it was like paying for one. The Revlon Just Bitten lip stains plus balms, they're a little different than the lip stains you get from other companies because they do include a balm on the other side. But we'll go further into detail on that shortly. Just so you know, this is Forever Fuchsia, number 496 in the N.Y.C. Revlon Just Bitten is in Frenzied, and this one is Desire. And then the last one I have to compare is the Covergirl Outlast lip stain. And this color is number 415. I want to think it doesn't actually say anywhere on here. Yeah, I don't like that. Just to throw that out there. I don't like that it doesn't really say what color this is. But anyways, so I'm going to swatch for you and talk about each one separately, and then I'll compare and tell you what I think is my favorite and my least favorite. Okay, the N.Y.C, again, it was like $4.79. It's the cheaper one of all of them that you're going to find. It's the cheapest one I found in general. So it's got a nice little marker top. It feels like a marker in your hands. It's plastic. This little tip here is a decent length, but you'll also notice maybe it's like shedding. But it's very much a felt tip marker feel on your lips, which again, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies even thinking about it. I did not like the way it felt on my lips in that aspect. However, it was a really nice little color, and it did stay fairly long. It was a little hot pink for my taste, but, and I want to show you too, I don't know if you'll notice this. Yeah, you should be able to notice this. While it's decently pigmented, it is a marker, and it will go on like a marker, and it seems like it will streak like a marker. So just keep that in mind. Now you can build up on the color, so if you want it a little darker, you would let that dry and then add a little bit more, and it can get darker. I would say it does not last you 16 hours, but I would say it would last you 4 or 5 hours. I mean, I could reasonably drink and eat from that, and I will show you whether it is truly smudge proof or smooch proof as it claims here shortly after it dries. Now the Revlon Just Bitten lip stains, I think originally priced, they are like, well, I don't know for sure, but I want to think it was like $6 and some change for these. So not a whole lot more, but with a coupon, obviously that's a really good idea. Now, they also feel like a marker in your hands, but you can see they have kind of an interesting lid. It's not like a normal lid. There's like a little bubble in there that holds the marker tip. It's a little less pointed than the N.Y.C. In fact, I'll show you the comparison here. A little less pointed, a little less long. I will say to me it felt a little less rough on my lips. It still feels like a marker. It's a marker, guys. I do notice that with these, using it on your top lip, because you're putting, you're drawing it on your bottom lip, and then you go to put it on your top lip, and you kind of almost want to angle that marker up so that you can get the Cupid's bow. I've noticed it does not work so well like that, because like any marker, when you hold it like this, the ink drains out of the tip. So I'm not sure about a way to get around that. The way I try to do it is I do my bottom lip, and then I would hold it like this for a minute, and then I do the top. It stayed reasonably long. I'd say it was comparable to the N.Y.C. The only thing I do like about this, because lip stains are not shiny and can be very drying, but you don't really want to put a lip balm under them because it can mess them up. It does come with its own little lip balm here. Now, at first I thought, okay, this must scroll. It does not scroll. It's this all right here where my finger is touching. That is all open lip balm. So if I touch right here, that's lip balm. It's not very greasy and it's not very shiny. You don't want to put anything oily over a stain, as it can lift it to some extent. Let me see here. This one again is Desire. And I'm going to do a swatch right here. And see, it's still kind of on the sheer side, and it still streaks just like a normal marker would. But you can layer. Let it dry, layer again until you get it as dark as you'd like, and then you can top it with the balm here. It's not dry yet, keep that in mind, so you'll see some transfer. I'll add on to that so you can see how dark we can make it. Okay, this one is Frenzied. And again, because it's just the same as the other one, it's going to have your marker on one end and your balm on the other. Because we've already talked about the other things on this one, I'm just going to go straight to swatching. It's a little bit darker, more of a red color. Now, I put this on last night, and it is still on right now. Like, I just did a OCC lip tar review and went to go put it on my lips, but had a little difficulty because this stuff was still on, and it's like almost 24 hours later. So I don't know why this color is different than the other color from that brand, but it does seem to last quite a bit longer. And now you can see it gets a little darker. I almost think, like, if you were to take it and put it on and like pat it out, it would take care of a little bit of that streaking and maybe make it work a little bit better for you. I'm going to reuse this other Revlon Just Bitten to kind of layer on top. It gets a little darker. Alright, finally we have the Covergirl Outlast Lip Stain. This one I think was $7 or $8, and I got it at Kroger. It's number 415. Again, it does not have the name of the color on it, which I do not like. It's also a marker type packaging with a marker tip. This tip reminds me of the Just Bitten rather than the N.Y.C stains. Again, you're going to have the same problem if it's a marker. You're drawing on your top lip. You may need to hold it downward for a minute. And here is your swatch. See, it's not even doing it right now. I have to hold it down for a minute. It's got more of an orangey red to it, whereas the other red here has more of a berry color. There is no balm on this one, so you will need to use a balm with it. I think EOS makes a good balm, everyone's saying online anyways, that can go over these without messing them up. So, in all, I do think this is probably the best for your dollar if you need a cheap lip stain that'll work and you don't really care about the tip so much. This would be a good one. Second favorite would be the Just Bitten because they have this balm on the end. I think that's really good. I did not like the texture of this one. Even though I swear it looks the same, it felt rougher. I don't know if you can see that. It actually looks rougher. See that? It felt awful on my lips. Like, it seriously, I couldn't even get it on my bottom lip because it just gave me such a heebie-jeebie issue with my top. But Overall, I do like the lip stains. These are all drugstore lip stains. I'll try to get a hold of some more lip stains from like Tarte. I know that they supposedly have a really good one, and a couple of other higher end brands, and see what we can figure out as far as dupes go. But I mean, none of these are awful, but I don't love this one. I do love this one, and I like this one a lot. So like really, if I had to divide it out, these would be my favorites right here. These lighter ones are just too sheer and streaky. So anyways, hopefully that was helpful. I know that I'm missing a Maybelline one here. I did try one from one of my friends, and I did like it for the little tiny swatch I did on my hand, but I really can't talk about it too much because I didn't really pay attention to the packaging on hers, and I did not apply it to my lips. But there you go.